Today we've got a mock draft for you guys. My first video back in a while, but I'm excited for this one. A lot of good prospects in this draft. There's a little bit of a debate. I don't think there's a consensus number one pick, but I'll give you guys my opinion, see what you guys like, what you don't. Leave a comment. With the number one overall pick, the Orlando Magic are selecting Chet Holmgren out of Gonzaga. Don't get me wrong, Chet is going to take some time to develop. His body is nowhere near close to NBA ready, but he has a lot of great skills, got that handle, he's got a lot of defensive upside. He could be a unicorn type player like Porzingis, but I do think his ceiling is higher than Porzingis. He's already a good shooter. He just needs to really get that body right and maybe a little bit more playmaking in, but definitely the number one prospect in this draft for me. And it's going to be really a toss-up between the top three, but I have the Magic taking him for now. And Paolo Banchero is going to go number 2 overall to the Thunder. This guy's got the highest offensive upside of any player in the draft. His defense needs a lot of work, but if he can just get average on the defensive side, he's going to be a monster on the offensive side of the ball. With Shea, you've got Josh Giddey already over there. I think if you add this guy, you're ready to maybe win now in a couple years. So I like the pick there for the Thunder. And I think the pick is made here for the Rockets, no matter who goes 1 and 2. Like, if Chet goes 2 and Paolo goes 1, Jabari goes 1, like whoever's left over of Jabari Smith, Paolo, and Chet is going to go to the Rockets, I think, unless they trade down. But for the most part, I think that's what's going to happen. And Jabari Smith, great shooter, can't really create his shot right now. But they've got Jalen Green, they've got Kevin Porter, they've got guys who can get him the ball, get him some open shots. So he's also a pretty good defender, so I think he fits in right there. And at pick 4, I think this gets very hard for the Kings. Jaden Ivey's clearly the best player available, but I don't like that fit with De'Aaron Fox. They're pretty much similar players, athletic, can blow past anyone, but can't really shoot. Ivey doesn't really have a mid-range game either. Like, I don't see how that would work, especially since they already have Davion Mitchell. So I think Keegan Murray, you place him alongside Sabonis, gives you the shooting. He averaged 25 points per game. Yes, I just think he's a better player, better fit for the Kings than Jaden Ivey would be. And at pick 5, if Jaden Ivey's still there, I'm not even hesitating. I'm taking him in 10 seconds. The Pistons would be so happy to pair him, Cade Cunningham. They've got Saddiq Bey. That would be a nice young core for the next 8 to 10 years. Jaden Ivey's got superstar potential. Really has the same traits as John Morant. A lot of people are going to compare him, but John Morant is very tiny, very skinny. Jaden Ivey's got a man's body, so that could be dangerous. And the Pacers now are going to take a chance on Shaedon Sharpe out of Kentucky. He didn't really play for Kentucky, but I guess he was at Kentucky. One of the biggest question marks in the entire draft. He didn't play a game of college basketball, but he was the number 1 recruit in the previous class. He reclassified. The talent's there. The tape is there, but we don't know. We didn't see him play college basketball. It's a huge risk, huge reward play, but the Pacers are going to take it here. And with the 7th overall pick, the Blazers are going to take AJ Griffin out of Duke. He's got some good potential. I think his floor is higher than a lot of guys because I think he shot over 45% at Duke. So he's got the shooting down. That's nice to pair with Anthony and Dame Lillard. If they're trying to win now, I think he's a good balance between win now and a lot of potential. So I think that's a good pick for them at 7. And at number 8, the Pelicans are going to take Bennedict Mathurin out of Arizona. This guy's got a lot of potential as well. He's kind of similar to AJ Griffin, just played really well. His floor is going to be a little higher. He's a little older, and he's still got a lot of potential, really athletic. He can shoot the 3, so that'll be nice to pair with Zion. He can play a little bit of point guard too, which the Pelicans need, so I like that pick. And at number 9, Spurs are going to take Dyson Daniels out of the G League. Don't know too much about this player. Watched a little bit of tape. I know his shooting is not the best, which the Spurs are excellent at developing shooting. Pair that with his defensive upside. A lot of people are saying he could be like the next Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, but he's definitely a project player. A lot of upside. Another high risk, high reward type of pick. At pick number 10, Wizards are going to take Jalen Duren, center out of Memphis. I think this is more of a win now pick. The Wizards are trying to help Bradley Beal win. He's not going to have the highest ceiling. He's more of just a rebounding center, big body. Could develop into an elite defender, but he'll have to work on his pick and roll defense. So not too much there, just your typical center. Can't really shoot at all. With the 11th overall pick, the Knicks are going to take Jeremy Sochan out of Baylor. And this guy is someone who's got a lot of defensive upside. He's going to be able to guard a lot of positions coming in as a rookie. But offensively, he might be a liability. He doesn't really shoot the ball really well at all, and he doesn't really hit open shots as much as you'd like. So he's definitely going to be more of a project player, but on the defensive side of the ball, he'll be ready day one. At pick number 12, the Thunder are going to pair Mark Williams with his teammate at Duke, Paolo Banchero. I think that would be awesome. There's not a lot of center depth in this draft, and if they don't go after a center in free agency, I think Mark Williams is going to be just a good center. Good rebounder, very athletic, can finish at the rim, which will be nice with Giddey and Shea feeding him the ball. So I think it's just a pretty easy pick here. With the 13th overall pick, the Hornets are going to take Tari Eason out of LSU. The Hornets desperately need a center, but the two best ones are off the board, and I don't really see them reaching for a center. I mean, they could take one here, but it really wouldn't be good value. So we're going to take a guy who's a good defender, very athletic, will definitely catch a lot of lobs from LaMelo Ball. He'll get out on the fast break. But very raw offensively. Like, he'll need to tighten up a little bit of his offensive game, but he's got a lot of potential and he's a great defender. At pick number 14, the Cavs are going to take Johnny Davis out of Wisconsin, one of the best scorers in this draft. He does play shooting guard, and I think Colin Sexton is on his way out. Pair Johnny Davis with Garland, or maybe even off the bench as your sixth man. I think that's going to be awesome for the Cavs. So a really good value pick there. So that's going to do it for this mock draft. If you liked the video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe. If you have any comments, disagree with some of the picks, maybe you like someone else, maybe I left someone out of the lottery who should have gone. Yeah, just let me know in the comments, but I'll see you guys later.